What if the biggest story heading into Cincinnati isn't the defending champion, the world number one, or even the rankings? What if it's a 20-year-old rising star wearing a dress that has the entire tennis world talking? Sometimes a brand tells you exactly where it believes the future is headed, not with a press release, but with its actions. And over the past few months, Nike has quietly sent a message that has become impossible to ignore. The company isn't just celebrating victories anymore. It's investing in stories, cultures, and new audiences. At the center of that conversation stands Alex Eala, whose remarkable rise has transformed her from one of tennis's brightest prospects into one of the sport's biggest attractions. While established champions continue fighting for trophies, Eala is becoming something just as valuable in modern sports, a global symbol with the power to connect millions of fans. That is why the discussion surrounding Nike's latest decisions has become much bigger than fashion. It has become a debate about where tennis is going next. For years, Nike built its tennis legacy around legendary names who dominated the sport. Players like Serena Williams, Roger Federer, and Maria Sharapova became more than champions. They became global brands. But today's sports landscape is different. Companies aren't simply looking at rankings. They're looking at engagement, cultural impact, and markets that are growing faster than ever before. Southeast Asia is one of those markets, and Alex Eala has become its biggest tennis success story. Every victory she earns creates excitement, not only among Filipino fans, but across an entire region eager to see one of its own competing against the world's elite. That kind of emotional connection cannot be measured by rankings alone, and major brands understand its value. One of the clearest examples arrived during Wimbledon when Nike introduced a special outfit created specifically for Eala. Instead of releasing another standard tournament kit, the company worked with a Manila-based artist to incorporate the sampaguita, the national flower of the Philippines, into the design. It wasn't simply another piece of sportswear. It represented identity, heritage, and national pride. Fans immediately noticed the details, especially those who had followed Eala's journey from the beginning. The design quickly generated attention online, with many praising Nike for creating something that felt personal instead of generic. Reports suggested the collection attracted significant interest, proving there was genuine demand for products connected to Eala's story rather than simply her ranking. That excitement created an interesting comparison with the reactions surrounding Aryna Sabalenka's apparel. As the world number one, Sabalenka remains one of the biggest names in women's tennis and one of Nike's highest-profile athletes. Yet, many fans expressed disappointment with the simplicity of her tournament outfit, arguing that it lacked the creativity expected for the top-ranked player in the world. Social media discussions quickly compared the two collections, with some wondering why an emerging player appeared to receive a more distinctive design than the reigning superstar. Whether those comparisons are completely fair is open to debate, but they revealed something important. Tennis fans are paying closer attention to branding than ever before, and every design choice now becomes part of a larger conversation. This isn't about suggesting that Nike values one athlete over another. Sabalenka continues to be one of the sport's biggest champions, and her achievements speak for themselves. Instead, the discussion highlights how brands balance current success with future opportunity. Established stars bring credibility and championships, while rising stars introduce entirely new audiences. Eala's popularity has expanded rapidly because her story resonates far beyond the tennis court. Every milestone she reaches represents history for Philippine tennis, giving millions of fans a personal reason to celebrate each victory. The timing has also made the narrative even stronger. Earlier this season, Eala continued building momentum with impressive performances against some of the sport's biggest names. Then came Washington, where she captured the biggest title of her career and showed remarkable composure throughout the tournament. Winning a WTA event is never easy, but the confidence she displayed convinced many observers that her breakthrough was not a lucky week, but the beginning of something much bigger. Suddenly, conversations shifted from potential to expectation. Even experienced opponents acknowledged the challenge she presents. After facing Eala, Jessica Pegula described her as extremely difficult to play against, reflecting the respect Eala has earned from one of the tour's most accomplished competitors. Comments like those often carry more weight than headlines because they come from athletes who understand exactly how difficult it is to compete at the highest level. Praise from fellow professionals usually arrives only after someone proves themselves on court. Another fascinating part of Eala's story is how quickly circumstances have changed. Only a year earlier, injury had interrupted her momentum and forced her to step away from competition. Like many young athletes, she faced uncertainty and difficult questions about when she would return to her best tennis. Instead of making dramatic promises, she focused on recovery, training, and gradual improvement. Month by month, the results began to appear. Her ranking climbed, her confidence returned, and eventually she found herself holding one of the biggest trophies of her career. That transformation has made her rise even more inspiring, because it reflects persistence rather than overnight success. Now the focus shifts towards Cincinnati, one of the most important tournaments before the US Open. The event brings together nearly every elite player on the WTA Tour, making it one of the strongest fields outside the Grand Slams. Sabalenka enters as one of the tournament's major contenders, carrying the expectations that always accompany a world number one. Eala, meanwhile, arrives with growing confidence, increasing attention, and perhaps more momentum than almost anyone else in the draw. Every match she plays will attract enormous interest, because fans want to see whether her remarkable run can continue against the very best.
Wherever Alex walks onto the court next, she won't be standing there alone. The passionate Filipino supporters will once again fill the stands with flags, chants, and unwavering belief. Millions more will be watching from home, proudly supporting every serve, every rally, and every victory. That incredible connection between Alex and her fans continues to grow stronger with every tournament she plays. It represents more than simple support for an athlete. It reflects the pride of an entire nation watching one of its brightest sporting stars compete against the very best in the world. Alex Eala once again demonstrated that true champions are not defined only by trophies or rankings but by the courage they show when the pressure reaches its highest level. Toronto witnessed another unforgettable chapter in her remarkable journey, one built on determination, resilience, and an unbreakable fighting spirit. Now the spotlight turns toward the next round, where another challenge, another opportunity, and perhaps another memorable performance await. If this incredible battle proved anything, it is that counting Alex Eala out is always a mistake. Her story in Toronto is still being written, and tennis fans everywhere will be watching closely to see just how far this inspiring young Filipina can go. What do you think? Can Alex continue this amazing run and create another unforgettable moment in Toronto? Share your predictions in the comments below, and if you love following Alex Eala's journey, make sure to subscribe so you never miss the latest updates, match highlights, and inspiring stories from one of tennis's brightest rising stars.